Good evening, Lansing. I'm incredibly honored to again serve as a Master of Ceremonies for this, the 11th Evening of Thanks, a celebration of outstanding volunteerism within the Village of Lansing. Now, you'll notice I didn't say 11th Annual Evening of Thanks, and that's because after having the event every year from 2007 to 2016, the Lansing Volunteer Recognition Committee took a year off to recharge the old batteries before coming back here in 2018. Now, I've been involved with this event every year since its inception, same Friday in November every year. So I figured somebody would tell the beloved MC about the one-year hiatus. Apparently, however, I must have missed the memo or not been on the need-to-know email list. So I showed up here last year all dressed up with a big old box of awards. But it's okay, I'm not bitter. I made the best of it. But I will tell you this. The 349 guests at the Ronald King and Cheryl McGee wedding reception here at the Serbian Hall received some outstanding awards, including Grandma Mildred King for Best Volunteer Babysitter, Groomsman Jeremy Iron Liver O'Donnell for Most Volunteer Shots at the Bar, and on the bride's side, beloved Aunt Leslie Looselegs for the Outstanding Volunteer Chicken Dance Coordinator. So we made the best of it. And now we're back here for year number 11, so let's get to it. To be honest, I don't think many, including the original committee members, thought this event would make it this long. I have researched long and hard online to find other communities that do something like this, and I have found almost nothing quite like it. When the volunteer committee reached out to me again this year to MC tonight's event, I was as honored as I was the first year back in 2007 when we opened this event at the Lansing Country Club. My partner on the stage was Roger Wood, and we had 27 honorees and about 180 people for dinner. And now, 12 years later, look around you. There are 385 people here tonight for dinner. It's been that way pretty steadily for the last 5 to 10 years and averaging 45 recipients. And what I think makes it truly special is this unique cross-section of Lansing that you see. Where else do you ever see this positive combination of churches, schools, youth groups, civic organizations, military groups, charitable organizations, and caretaking facilities, all sharing the stage to recognize that special individual from their group who has made life better and more productive for others on a regular basis. Ladies and gentlemen, our community now more than ever needs dedicated and caring people like our 2018 honorees to make Lansing the best that it can be. Most of our award winners this evening give of their time, energy, and compassion while never asking for any fanfare or publicity. The men and women you'll meet shortly are special people who tackle the problems and take on the jobs that frankly many people in our society won't do, they say they don't have time for, or they expect others to handle. Our award winners tonight don't sit behind keyboards or smartphones complaining. Instead, they get involved. They make a difference, not a demand. They create happiness, not hate, and they help make things better instead of bitching. Through their countless hours of dedication, commitment, and simple care and respect for other people, these 47 honorees you're about to meet represent what is best about the Village of Lansing. To our honorees, please know that your efforts are incredibly needed, more appreciated than you know, and tonight, we hope, properly recognized. Let's meet the 2018 honorees. Leading off tonight, from the American Legion Edward Schultz Auxiliary 697, the award winner is Debbie Recker. Debbie has been an auxiliary member for over 20 years, and she is a true American Legion member. She's worked as a bartender at the post for 15 years and is starting her 4th year as auxiliary treasurer. She does shopping for the pancake breakfast and the picnic. At any event, you will find Debbie working very hard wherever she is needed. From American Legion Edward Schultz Auxiliary 697, the honoree is Debbie Recker. From the American Legion Post 697, the honoree is Dale Katz. Dale Katz was the commander of Post 697 from 2005 to 2007, and then again from 2011 to 2012. He was senior vice commander for many terms and is currently the chaplain. He was instrumental in the repair of our floors, the roof, and the restoration of the post's anti-tank cannon. He served in the U.S. Navy from 1972 to 1975 and in the U.S. Coast Guard Reserve from 1975 to 1979. The honoree from American Legion Post 697 is Dale Katz. From American Legion Writers, Chapter 697, the honoree is James Seamus McLaughlin. Now I know what you're thinking, wow, that's the prettiest James I've ever seen. Accepting the award on James' behalf is his daughter, Jenna Shelton, and here's what you need to know about her dad. You may not know James Seamus McLaughlin personally, but you have definitely seen him and his work around town. Seamus is the creator of the Marine carrying another Marine statue at the Airport Memorial. Seamus is also the creator of the boots and helmet statue that is displayed at the American Legion. You may have even seen Seamus's artwork in the 1980s when he was designing toys for McDonald's Happy Meals. Seamus is a Navy veteran who served in Vietnam. He's a member of the American Legion, where he is a past commander, and a member of the American Legion Writers, where he is the chapter's second secretary and is the chapter's current chaplain. From American Legion Writers, Chapter 697, the honoree, James Seamus McLaughlin. From Camp Quality of Illinois, the honoree is Stacy Reynolds. Stacy has been volunteering with Camp Quality since the first year in 1995. She started as a companion, matched one-on-one with one of our campers. She later joined our camp organizing committee, a program coordinator. She has been working in that capacity, planning camp themes and activities for campers of all ages. She helps to make sure camp is always fun and memorable for the kids. And one additional personal note, Stacy, you clearly have the coolest last name of any of tonight's award winners. From Camp Quality of Illinois, the honoree is Stacy Reynolds. From the Columbian Ladies of Lansing, the honoree is Lena Martinez. Lena Martinez is the vice president of Columbian Ladies. She has multiple fundraisers for our charities. Lena can always be called upon to help with any task she is asked to do. She comes up with creative fundraisers and always has a positive attitude. From the Columbian Ladies of Lansing, the honoree, Lena Martinez. From the Coolidge Elementary School in District 158, the honoree is Melissa Enright Taylor. Melissa Enright Taylor exemplifies the meaning of a volunteer and a positive role model. Her cheerful and upbeat personality motivates others around her. She is currently the PTA president at Coolidge Elementary School. She volunteers at many events such as classroom parties, family fun nights, book fairs, and movie nights, while also spearheading fundraising events at Coolidge. From Coolidge Elementary School in District 158, your honoree is Melissa Enright Taylor. From the First Church PCA, the honoree is Kathy Ward. Kathy Ward has been a faithful volunteer at our church for many years, most notably with decorating the sanctuary. She has enhanced our worship with decorations for the different church holidays, as well as seasonal decorations. Kathy is also a willing helper in decoration and coordinating for many weddings, other special events, and many ladies' events. First Church is blessed to have Kathy using her gifts in these areas. Thank you, Kathy. From the First Church of PCA, Kathy Ward. From the First United Methodist Church, let's meet Jean Wood. Jean Wood has been an integral part of the First United Methodist Church of Lansing for many years and has served on various church operational committees, helping to keep the church running strong. Jean has always been an encourager and has a special place in her heart for our preschool. Jean enriches our Sunday worship service by singing in the choir, playing in our chancel chimes, and assembling the bulletins every week. She is a force behind every breakfast, dinner, coffee hour, soup supper, and special event that the church holds. Her newest endeavor is assisting with the exciting activities happening between First United and TF South High School. Our church is truly blessed to have Jean as a family member. From First United Methodist Church, Jean Wood. From the Ford Hanger Foundation, this year's honoree is John DeLaurentis. John recognized the untapped potential of the Ford Hanger and couldn't resist volunteering his expertise and vision towards saving this jewel of the Southland. Although this building is listed on the National Historic Registry, before John got involved, not much had been done to preserve this aging national landmark. John single-handedly formed the Ford Hanger Foundation to safeguard and oversee this village treasure. By recruiting a knowledgeable variety of interested parties who would be guardians of this unique and special building, John formed the board and started the process to ensure that the Ford hangar would be around for many future generations to enjoy. John volunteers his time and talents as the executive director and continues to drive the Ford Hangar Foundation forward to plan for a complete historic restoration of this amazing site. From the Ford Hangar Foundation, the honoree, John DeLaurentis. From the Friends of the Lansing Public Library, the honoree is Jackie Luberta. Jackie Luberta is our vice president and the head of our fundraising committee. She is enthusiastic about everything we do, from book sales to concerts. You can count on her to promote the event. This year, she organized our part of the library's block party. From welcoming patrons to our concerts, to handing out flyers, and inviting the knitting group to attend our restaurant fundraisers, Jackie is a full-on, full-of-spirit, gung-ho volunteer for Friends of the Library, and we love her. From the Friends of Lansing Public Library, the honoree, Jackie Luberta. From Girl Scout Service Unit 636, the honoree is Vicki Zack. Vicki has been a vital part of the Girl Scout community for 30-plus years. She has helped in many capacities, including, but not limited to, Service Unit Manager, Troop Leader, Cookie and Fall Fundraiser Chairman, Girl Scout Historian Committee, Recruitment, Adult Volunteer Award Chairman, and mentor for many of our troop leaders. In her years, she has been a role model and friend to not only her Girl Scouts, but also to those who volunteer alongside her. She truly is a sister to every Girl Scout and has helped shape our Girl Scout organization within Lansing and the surrounding communities. And Vicki, since I've got you up here, I'll take 10 boxes of Thin Mints, the greatest cookie ever created. From Girl Scout Service Unit 636, the honoree is Vicki Zack. From Heritage Middle School in District 171, the honoree is Katrina Wade. Katrina, I've never had a bio start like this. Mrs. Katrina Wade, first of all, is an outstanding person. Let's give that, I like that right out of the gate. She has shown herself committed to Heritage Middle School and, more importantly, to our children. Mrs. Wade shows herself as approachable, dependable, and patient. Last school year, she organized numerous events to raise money for the 8th grade dinner dance. After school, she sold items at games, organized a fundraising event at Applebee's, and worked during lunchtime to collect money and organize events. She went above and beyond for the 8th graders. Mrs. Wade represents everything we hope one will experience when they enter our school, such as kindness and compassion, excitement and powerful learning, and encouragement to reach towards your potential. From Heritage Middle School, the honoree is Katrina Wade. From the hospice of the Calumet area, the honoree this year is Daniel Wojciechowski. Dan has been a hospice office volunteer since May of 2006. He is responsible for making sure that the hospice bereavement newsletters get sent out every month. After stuffing envelopes, labeling, and postage, Dan gets the mailing to the post office. This is a very important project as Hospice of the Calumet area provides bereavement support to over 800 families. Hospice is very grateful for Dan's hard work and commitment. That's Dan Wojciechowski from the Hospice of the Calumet area. From In the Upper Room Ministries, the honoree, and easily the coolest name in the program, Maverick Davis. Reverend Davis is an associate minister here at ITURM. He does not receive compensation from the church, yet Reverend Davis is head of our prison ministry, teaches a class in our church school, serves on our executive committee, and also maintains our HVAC and other mechanical operations in the church building. Reverend Davis is one of our speakers on designated Sundays during the year. He blesses the church financially through generous offerings. From In the Upper Room Ministries, the honoree, Maverick Davis. From the Lansing Association for Community Events, more commonly known as LACE, the honoree is Ruth Enlow. LACE basically hosts community events. School District 158 retiree Ruth Enlow helps at all of them, from cruise nights to Mardi Gras to the Autumn Fest. At the recent Autumn Fest, from opening to close, Ruth was at the front gate with her wonderful smile. Ruth was a unanimous choice of the LACE board for this year's award. Thank you, Ruth, from the Lansing Association for Community Events, known as LACE, Ruth Enlow. From the Lansing Area Chamber of Commerce, the honoree is Susan Thompson. Susan Thompson is the president of our Chamber Board of Directors. She has gone above and beyond volunteering for Chamber events. She was always the first one to show up to help and the last one to leave. She has such a positive attitude and is always willing to go the extra mile for the Chamber. We are grateful for her time and her service. From the Lansing Area Chamber of Commerce, this year's honoree is Susan Thompson. From the Lansing Beautification Committee, this year's honoree is Sue Bovino. Sue Bovino has been a member of the Lansing Beautification Committee since its formation at the beginning of this year, and her commitment and hard work has not gone unnoticed. She has helped with the summer flower planting and removal, as well as the fall planting. Sue and her husband Dan took care of fertilizing all of the downtown flower pots on their own this year, spending countless hours up and down Ridge Road this summer. Sue was extremely proud of the flowers she and her team planted and maintained at the Ridge Road welcome sign this year, and they never looked better. She was also a part of the team that helped organize and judge this year's property beautification contest. The Lansing Beautification Committee is very thankful to have Sue to be a part of the group, and I'm pretty sure our volunteer photographer, Dan Bovino, will be taking extra pictures of this award winner. From the Lansing Beautification Committee, the honoree is Sue Bovino. From the Lansing Boy Scouts of America, Troop 276, the honoree is Paul Sheppy. Paul is an Eagle Scout who has been very involved with scouting both as a youth and an adult, and has 3 sons who are also Eagle Scouts. As an assistant scoutmaster, he has provided leadership, training, and guidance to area scouts. Paul has been and continues to be a very positive role model with his devotion to his faith, country, service to St. Anne's School, and others. After a history of scouting in his youth, Paul again became active in the program with his sons as a Cub Scout leader in St. Anne Pac 247, then assistant scoutmaster of Troop 276, where he continues to actively serve. Paul has been an extremely devoted leader who continues to truly live his Eagle Pledge, the Scout Oath, and Scout Law in his daily life. From the Lansing Boy Scouts of America, Troop 276, Mr. Paul Sheppy. From the Lansing Businesswomen's Association, this year's honoree is Carolyn Schofield. Lansing Businesswomen's Association is proud to have Carolyn Schofield as their Volunteer of the Year recipient. Carolyn has been a member of LBWA for over 10 years and served as co-president for 2 of those years. She has been instrumental in organizing and securing items for all the goodie bags for our annual bingo night at St. Anthony's, and believe me, the seniors love those goodie bags. In past years, Carolyn worked tirelessly at Lansing Autumn Fest at the beer tent and for our chili cook-off, has continued to be active in our military coupon program, and she jumped right in at the LBWA's first annual Fall Mum Sale at Fetching Market, benefiting the Ford Hangar. Thank you, Carolyn, for all you do for LBWA and for Lansing. The honoree from the Lansing Businesswomen's Association, Carolyn Schofield. From the Lansing Community Food Pantry, this year's honoree is Bruce A. Langman. Bruce has been a dedicated volunteer at the pantry for over 7 years. His primary job is making home deliveries to our shut-in clients. They look forward to seeing his great smile and hearing his words of encouragement. Bruce will do whatever is asked of him and always shows up when we have large deliveries to sort out and put away after a food drive. His smiling face and great attitude are a blessing to all of us at the pantry. Now get back to the North Pole and get to work, Bruce. From the Lansing Community Food Pantry, Bruce A. Langman. The honoree this year from the Lansing Historical Society is Mr. Herb Crum. Herb Crum is a descendant of a pioneer family in Lansing, supplying the Lansing Historical Society with much information about the growth of our village and many memorable stories of its development. Herb has served as a board member at the Lansing Historical Society and has been instrumental in forming many projects and programs. He puts in countless hours as a volunteer museum guide, sharing his vast knowledge of Lansing history. Herb always gives generously of his time and is a dedicated and valued member of the Historical Society. Congratulations to Mr. Herb Crum, the honoree from Lansing Historical Society. Next up is the honoree from the Lansing Junior Women's Club. The honoree is Rosalie Putignano. Rosalie has been a member of the Lansing Junior Women's Club since August of 2011. Over the years, she has shared many fundraisers, most notably Mama Rosalie's Spaghetti Dinner for the past 5 years. Rosalie supports our veterans by participating in welcoming them home from honor flights, and she plays a key role in organizing the LJWC Annual Veterans Dinner. Rosalie is happy to be part of an organization who supports and gives back to the community. From the Lansing Junior Women's Club, honoree Rosalie Putignano. From the Lansing Knights of Columbus, number 3540, the honoree, one of our 2 husband and wife honoree teams tonight, is Matthew Martinez. Matthew Martinez has been a member of the Knights of Columbus for 9 years. In that time, he has served in several officer positions, including Grand Knight from 2015 to 2017. He is an active member of St. Anne's Parish. Matthew has shown his support to the Knights of Columbus by not only dedicating his time, but by making sure various programs and charities are supported financially. From the Lansing Knights of Columbus, number 3540, the honoree is Matthew Martinez. From the Lansing Lions Club, one of the classiest men you will ever meet in your life, the honoree is Richard Doc Rucoba. Dr. Richard Rucoba became a Lion in May of 1959. He served as president of the Lansing Lions Club 3 times and received the Melvin Jones Fellow Award, the top honor that can be bestowed on a Lion. Doc currently serves as a director on the board and is the longest sitting member of the Lansing Lions. Each year, Lion Doc assists with serving hot dogs to the parade participants in the Good Neighbor Day Parade and spends hours in the First National Bank on Lions Candy Day collecting money. On top of this, Lion Doc Rucoba participates in eyeglass mission trips to Mexico, where he and other fellow Lions assist those in need of eyewear. With all of that said, there is no Lion that deserves this recognition more than Lion Doc for not only his lifetime of Lionism, but also his ongoing volunteerism to helping his club and those less fortunate. It's my honor to introduce again from the Lansing Lions Club, Mr. Richard Doc Rucoba. From the Lansing Little League, the honoree this year is Matt Nomenson. In 2005, you remember 2005, don't you, Matt? I think you would. You'll know why in a minute. Matt volunteered to help coach a major division team. After a couple of years, the manager of that team retired, and with the board's approval, Matt stayed on to take his place. Matt was later elected to the board of directors and has held various positions on the board for the last 10 years, as well as managing a team. He has received numerous compliments from players and parents, and never a complaint. I, however, Matt, do have a complaint. When will you stop rooting for that Southside baseball team and come to the promised land of Cubs fandom? I will get Deputy Chief Roberts on every boo I just heard. From the Lansing Little League, the honoree is Matt Nomenson. From Lansing Meals on Wheels, the honoree is Marianne Zellez. Marianne Zellez was the owner and operator of a flower shop in Lincoln Park. When Marianne retired, she volunteered at Lansing Meals on Wheels. She works well with other volunteers in the kitchen, preparing nutritious meals for about 40 Lansing residents each Tuesday and Thursday. The coordinators thank Marianne and approximately 32 other volunteers who faithfully contribute their time each month. From Lansing Meals on Wheels, the honoree is Marianne Zellez. From the Lansing Old Timers Organization, Mr. Brian Majeski. Brian Majeski has been a member of the Lansing Old Timers Executive Board for several years, and for the past 3 years has held the dual roles of financial secretary and recording secretary. Brian serves as the vice president of Lansing Little League, where he has managed teams for several years. Brian has also served as the director of the Lansing Old Timers Tournament, an invitational year-end tournament for area teams with players in the 8, 9, and 11-year-old age brackets. He has extensive contacts within both the recreational and travel baseball programs throughout the region. Brian has exceptional leadership qualities and is not afraid of a challenge. His volunteerism and dedication to the Lansing Old Timers is both critical and necessary in keeping this youth sports organization relevant for Lansing's youth. From the Lansing Old Timers, the honoree is Brian Majeski. From the Lansing Presbyterian Church, this year's honoree is William Kozich. William Bill Kozich has been a faithful member of the Lansing Presbyterian Church for many years and is always ready with a smile and a handshake to say hello and to see how everyone is doing. His concern for his church family is always shown, and if someone is not there, he will make sure to inquire about them. When one of our wheelchair-bound nursing home members was not able to come to church, Bill would make the trip out to Sherrville every week and bring him to worship. For the past few years, Bill has quietly and without fanfare acted as our custodian, doing a wonderful job by cleaning up the church each week. I'm going as fast as I can, Bill. Whenever we have events, Bill is one of the first to sign up to help straighten up after them. Bill truly has a servant's heart, and we are so blessed to have him as part of our Lansing Presbyterian Church family. Ladies and gentlemen, from Lansing Presbyterian Church, William Kozich. From the Lansing Soccer Club, the honoree is Jesse Terrazas. When Jesse first met Aldo Sully, Jesse chuckled when Aldo told him that maybe one day Jesse would be running the club. As it became difficult for Aldo to continue to take care of the fields these past few seasons, Jesse stepped up to help and assisted with every aspect needed to get the club ready. Jesse is an amazing man who puts in endless hours behind the scenes preparing for each season. He attends monthly NWISL meetings in Hobart, prepares 3 fields by measuring and lining them, ordering paint and stripes, and making sure the fields are cut. He organizes registration, sizes, orders, and distributes uniforms, assesses players, assigns them to teams, and constantly recruits new players, all while coaching 2 teams, one of which, the Warriors, has gone on to a championship. Thank you, Jesse, for your passion for keeping the Lansing Soccer Club program moving forward and providing so many kids the opportunity to be a part of the best sport ever. We love and appreciate you more than you know. From the Lansing Soccer Club, the honoree, Jesse Terrazas. From the Lansing Volleyball program, the honoree is Stephanie Stegenga. Stephanie has been a part of Lansing Volleyball for many years. She started by coaching the team her eldest daughter was on. As the years went by, eventually all 3 of her children played, one of which will still be playing for the next 4 years. In 2014, Stephanie became the Vice President of Volleyball and continues in that role. She takes care of the league gateway, as well as assists in registration, dividing teams, and closing and opening the courts on game days. The honoree from the Lansing Volleyball program is Stephanie Stegenga. Next up, from Lansing's Neighborhood Network Channel 4, the honoree is Jasmine Goodlow. Most people know Jazz from the Lansing Youth Center. For the past few years, she has also been a volunteer at LNN. She is always willing to lend a hand for all sorts of different functions at the schools, for Autumn Fest, and the Pipe Series at Beggar's Pizza. Channel 4 would not function without volunteers like Jazz. From LNN Channel 4, the honoree is Jasmine Goodlow. From Memorial Junior High School, the honoree and the much prettier half of this couple being honored here tonight is Cindy Mojeski. Cindy Mojeski is a dedicated parent who has volunteered her time to support the students and the staff of Lansing School District 158 for many years. She has been a resident of Lansing since 2004. She has volunteered through PTA since 2009 and has served on a PTA board since 2011. She has fulfilled many roles as a member of the PTA, including committee chair, vice president, and her current role as the treasurer. Her organizational skills, dedication to task completion, and attention to detail is what makes her so valuable. She is committed to giving our children a good school experience. The staff and students of Memorial Junior High truly appreciate the commitment and support that Cindy Mojeski has so graciously given. From Memorial Junior High School, the honoree, Cindy Mojeski. Staying with our school theme, from Nathan Hale Elementary, Sunnybrook District 171, the honoree is Alessa Veloz-Davis. Miss Veloz-Davis has been observed providing support to Nathan Hale during parent and community events, such as our Back to School extravaganza, open house event, and is a volunteer who helped with the organization of students on Picture Day. If you've never been at an elementary school on Picture Day, give it a try sometime. Her time and support to Nathan Hale Elementary School helps to promote the vision of not only our school, but Sunnybrook District 171 in building a collaborative school, home, and community partnership. From Nathan Hale Elementary, the honoree is Alessa Veloz-Davis. From Oak Glen Elementary in School District 158, the honoree is Myra Waits. Myra Waits goes above and beyond at Oak Glen. Myra is always seen assisting students she knows from the community who need help. She is always volunteering to work after school events, clubs, and activities, all while being the best mom to her own 3 children. Whenever things may get stressful, Myra is one who can put a smile on your face and remind you not to sweat the small stuff. Myra is a huge asset to our Oak Glen Grizzly Den, and we are honored to be able to recognize her for all she does for our students. Myra, I hear the PE teacher at Oak Glen is a real handful, so if you need some help on how to deal with her, call me. I don't have any answers for you, but at least we can work on it together. From Oak Glen Elementary, School District 158, the honoree is Myra Waits. Our next honoree from Our Savior Lutheran Church is Mr. Dan Shelton. Dan Shelton has been a member of Our Savior his entire life, following his parents' lead to a volunteer whenever he saw a need. He has been the volunteer maintenance person for the church for several years, fixing the plumbing, the furnace, air conditioning, as well as other repairs that need to be done, thus saving the cost of hiring outside help. Dan is an usher and reader for our services who also enjoys baking, and we look forward to the goodies he bakes for Sunday coffee hour. Dan is truly a jack of all trades who is dependable, reliable, and goes above and beyond to help at church. Dan has, by example, shown his 4 children the meaning of volunteerism. We at Our Savior are proud to honor Dan Shelton as our Volunteer of the Year, and he is from Our Savior Lutheran Church. Dan Shelton. From the Revis PTA, the honoree this year is Ronetta Stubbs. WC Revis Elementary School is proud to nominate Miss Ronetta Stubbs for donating her time to innovation and leadership within the school community. Ms. Stubbs serves as the Vice President of the Revis PTA and is an active member of the school's Principal Advisory Committee. Throughout the past 5 years, Ms. Stubbs has demonstrated her leadership abilities through countless PTA events such as fundraising initiatives, movie nights, craft nights, classroom parties, and school-wide celebrations. I love these next 3. Muffins with mom, donuts with dad, and goodies with grandparents. Additionally, she has been instrumental in the creation of a functional garden for the EARTH, that stands for Ecology, Awareness, Research, Technology, and Horticulture program at Revis, in which students not only learn and practice gardening techniques, but students also donated items from the garden to the Lansing Food Pantry in order to give back to the community. Thank you, Ms. Stubbs, for your consistent support to Revis Elementary School. Ronetta Stubbs from the Revis PTA. Our next honoree from Southtown Stallions Youth Football and Cheer Program is Brandon Terry. Brandon serves as president and football coach for the Southtown Stallions Youth Football and Cheer Program. His countless contributions to the organization are effortless and heartfelt from the participants, parents, and supporters. Brandon exemplifies outstanding leadership and dedicated service to the youth with his time, his patience, and handshakes, and hugs that are so often needed. With Coach Brandon's determination to succeed, underscored by his confidence in the participants, parents, and staff, it has made the Southtown Stallions a triumphal, winning team and organization. President/Coach Brandon has gone above and beyond the mission of the Southtown Stallions by always putting the kids first. Congratulations for a job well done. You've only got about 8 yards, Coach, to get back to your seat. From Southtown Stallions Youth Football and Cheer Program, Brandon Terry. From the St. Anne Catholic Church, the honoree is Mary Lucat. Mary Lucat is the honoree from St. Anne Catholic Church. She has been forming young people and helping them form a society for a better future. Mary Lucat has been a pillar in our St. Anne Parish and in the communities beyond our boundaries for over 10 years in gathering and forming young people of our community for a better future for our society. The honoree from St. Anne Catholic Church this year is Mary Lucat. Staying on the St. Anne property, let's bring up the honoree from St. Anne School, Melissa Dabrowski. Melissa has been a parent at St. Anne School for 9 years now, and there aren't many areas that she has not touched in some way in her time there. She has assisted with cheerleading, POMs, and volleyball. She began a Brownie troop with another parent and was co-leader for the group through Junior Girl Scouts. As a board member of the Home and School Association, she has coordinated the room parents and served for several years as the treasurer. Every Monday morning, she assists with the TRIP program, processing the gift card orders that help many of our parents pay tuition. Around the school, she has volunteered in our lunchroom, served as head room parent, headed up 8th grade parent activities, decorated for dances, chaperoned field trips, assisted with the annual Round Ball Classic food drive, marched in the Good Neighbor Day parade. Why don't you get involved, Melissa? Gee, minute, Christmas. And taken countless photos of endless events to share with the yearbook coordinator. Most recently, she spearheaded an effort to make sure every single student and faculty member received a St. Anne Rough Riders t-shirt so that we could celebrate school spirit together. From St. Anne School, the honoree is Melissa Dabrowski. From St. John's Lutheran Church, let's meet this year's honoree, Eileen Grunwald. She has always demonstrated what it means to have a servant's heart. Through the years, she has been congregational treasurer, Sunday school superintendent, VBS director, and church historian. Eileen shares her musical talent singing in the choir and also playing the chimes. She is and has been a member of numerous committees, including the Fellowship Committee, Nominating Committee, Condolence Committee, the 125th Anniversary Committee, a member of the Altar Guild, the Lutheran Women's Missionary League, the Loving Hands Women's Circle, and the Ladies' Aid. We are proud of all the things that she does, and we are a better congregation because of her. Eileen Gronwald from St. John's Lutheran Church. Our next honoree from St. John's Lutheran School is Eugene Shoup. Eugene Shoup is very active in our school. He gives his time generously in many different activities. Eugene and his wife Mary give many of their Friday evenings and Saturday afternoons running the concession stand for all the sports throughout the year. He has given his time helping on the 125th Anniversary Committee for our school. He also is a valuable member of the PTL, making fundraising fun. He is an extremely valuable volunteer at our school, and his name again is Eugene Shoup from St. John's Lutheran School. From the Thornton Fractional South High School Athletic Booster Club, this year's honoree is Mr. Rick Seymour. Rick Seymour served as the TF South Booster Club president from 2009 to 2017. During his tenure, he spearheaded the renovation of the girls' softball field that included new fencing, a new infield, and new dugouts. Rick always stated that this could not have been done without the help of the late Russ Oberman. Other accomplishments include instituting the honoring of our military before each varsity football game. The coaches always counted on Rick to purchase equipment that the school's budget simply couldn't afford. Other fundraising efforts include the annual Rebel Golf Outing, the Winter Pancake Breakfast, and the Spring Raffle. From the TF South High School Athletic Booster Club, this year's honoree is Rick Seymour. Staying at the high school, next up from the TF South High School Band Boosters, the honoree is Jennifer Rosinia. Dr. Jennifer Rosinia has been a tremendous volunteer for the TF South Band program. She is in her second year as Band Booster President. She has constantly served as a helper with uniforms, chaperoning trips, and she chaired the craft fair at the end of October. She truly has the best interests of the students at heart, and she continually strives to support the band director's vision at TF South for the band program. No band program can be successful without dedicated and hardworking parents. Dr. Rosinia is certainly one of those parents who band directors desire to have working with them and who cannot succeed without them. From the TF South High School Band Boosters, the honoree is Jennifer Rosinia. From Trinity Lutheran Church, this year's honoree is Tracy Winter. Tracy Winter is a lifelong member at Trinity Lutheran Church whose volunteer efforts go above and beyond. She makes homemade cards for all types of special occasions and leaves them at church for members to use. She also keeps up the children's bags for weekend services and makes the baptismal banners. Every month, Tracy organizes the church's Giving Tree program, which collects specific items for the various charities, such as domestic violence shelters, and more recently, Operation Care Package, which will ship packages to our military overseas. Tracy is one of our regular community meal frontline volunteers, where she not only works in the kitchen and serves, but she organizes the Thrivent funding each month to ensure funding so we can provide a hot meal to the Lansing community for free. Trinity thanks Tracy for all her tireless efforts behind the scenes, enabling our church to provide these important ministries to our community. That's Tracy Winter from Trinity Lutheran Church. From the VFW Post 7660, the honoree is Mr. Fred Schrum. Fred Schrum is one of the nicest and most dedicated men you'll ever meet. His dedication is to his country and his fellow man, especially those who have served and are on active duty today. He served in the Coast Guard between 1969 and 1997, and as a machinery technician, Chief Petty Officer in Vietnam from 1971 to 1972. And his last overseas tour was the first Gulf War in 1990 and 1991. After coming home, he volunteered as commander of the VFW post in Lansing and has been on the board of directors. It is hard to guess how many veterans he has helped, at least in the hundreds. It is an honor to nominate Mr. Schrum for recognition, and that's from the VFW Post 7660, Mr. Fred Schrum. And our second to last award is from the village of Lansing. The honoree is John Cole. Now, those of you that know John know he has not lost a few years in age. This is his good-looking grandson, Micah Hescott, who is accepting the award for John. When a permanent Santa house was brought back in 2017, many wonderful people and organizations stepped up to donate money, materials, and labor to the project. The other necessary ingredient was the volunteering of time, And in that category, one individual clearly stood out above all the rest, John Cole. From the outset, John aggressively took on the role of project manager with incredible attention and commitment to detail. He coordinated all phases of this construction project from the groundbreaking to opening night. John also solicited numerous amounts of donated material and labor from several businesses and vendors, thereby ensuring that the Santa House would come at no cost to Lansing residents. Simply put, without John's leadership, the Santa House would most likely not have opened in time for the 2017 holiday season. The children who experienced the joy of Santa Claus last year, and the many more that will in the future, owe a great deal of gratitude to the man we affectionately call Santa Cole. And Micah, I have to tell you a quick story. Bonnie's going to be mad at me because I'm going longer than the bio, but I have the mic. I was on the phone with the Department of Justice when your grandfather showed up one day, and I made him sit for over 10 minutes in the lobby. And when I went out to meet him, he had the look that you probably know that your grandfather can have. And he said, "Why did I have to wait so long?" I said, "I was on the phone with the Department of Justice." He never skipped a beat and said, "You tell the Department of Justice Santa Claus is more important." True story. From the village of Lansing, the honoree is John Cole and his grandson, Micah Hescott. The final award of the evening is the 2018 Athena Award. The Lansing Businesswomen's Association is pleased to present the Athena, an international award established in 1982 with over 500 active communities. The LBWA also wishes to thank its sponsors, Schultz Insurance, Schroeder Lauer Funeral Home, and Mayor Patty Item for their support. The Athena Award is presented to an individual who is recognized for professional excellence, for providing valuable service to their community, and for actively assisting women in attainment of their professional goals and leadership skills. The recipient was selected by a group of community and business leaders. This year's recipient loves being involved in the community and was a member of many Lansing organizations, including the District 171 PTA and the school board, TF South Booster Club, Lansing Old Timers Girls Softball, Lansing Lions, and many more. He, yes, I did say he, has fostered many years of long-lasting friendships and memories due to the time, energy, and service contributed to the community, most notably Operation Snowball and the DARE program in Lansing schools. Professionally, this individual was a Lansing police officer, taking advantage of many specialized classes offered by the department, including emergency medical training, scuba and diving training, alcoholism and drug seminar, hostage negotiation, National Safety Driving Council, defensive training, CPR, police motorcycle safety training, sign language for the hearing impaired, and impact training for at-risk students. That knowledge was then shared, even when being off-duty, with many groups and organizations, thereby creating a positive influence on almost everyone. This individual helped and continues to help make Lansing a better place to live, and even assisted our first Lansing female police officer in succeeding in a male-dominated profession. He worked with young girls, helping them in reaching their full leadership potential. He chaired the Lansing Lions football cheerleading competition, coached girls softball, and made presentations to the Girl Scouts and Brownies. He used whatever influence and opportunity he had to make sure they had the same chances as men. Many of these young girls are now adult women and still thank him for what he has done to make them who they are. He lives in a woman's world with his wife and 3 daughters and loves it. One of his daughters, Nikki, summed it up best by saying, quote, "There has been no greater gift in my life than to be his daughter and to witness his impact on other women in our community." And so the Lansing Businesswomen's Association is proud to present the 2018 Athena to a very deserving winner, Mr. Mike Mano.
What you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? When you were 8 and you...
As we wrap up this, the 11th evening of thanks, just a few final comments, or as my wife calls this part, oh my God, is he still talking? First, I would ask all of our award winners to please stand. Again, ladies and gentlemen, these are Lansing Special Volunteers for 2018. Give them one final round of applause. To close our 2018 Volunteer Night Awards program, 2 thoughts to take home with you about the importance of volunteering and helping others. The first one goes like this. Volunteering is the ultimate exercise in democracy. You vote in elections once a year, but when you volunteer, you vote every day about the kind of community you want to live in. And finally, to our award winners here this evening, why do we have this award tonight? Because please remember, to the world, you may only be one person, but to one person, you may indeed be the entire world. Ladies and gentlemen, year number 11 is in the books. On behalf of the Lansing Volunteer Recognition Committee, we thank all of you for yet another wonderful evening. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you have a safe and prosperous upcoming holiday season. Please drive safely, and good night.